I was thinking about conversations that we have with different people, and one of my favorite memories of Terry was sitting here on this deck in the back of their house, having a sundowner, and it's not quite sundown yet, and talking about a couple of different things with Terry. His big passion was birds, so he would give me the update on whoever was going after the big year, how they were doing, and if he thought that they were on pace to break the world record or whatever. Sandy Comito was the big rock star that set the world record, and if they were on pace. You have to go to Alaska to set a world record in the big year. And the big year is just to see as many different species of bird as you can, January 1 to December 31st. And Terry loved to chase birds. It drove most of the rest of us just nuts. But he would always talk about that. And he would ask me about climbing mountains and what mountain I was going after next. And we would talk about my buddy Alan Arnett, and he just got off of K2, successfully summited. And, I'm not sure he really understood the gravity of what Alan has done, but to go and climb Everest or K2 or another 8,000er, you have to invest probably about a year of your life. Training, climbing 14ers, climbing smaller mountains like Aconcagua at 23,000 feet, Denali at 20,000 feet, lots of 14ers, and gaining all that experience and working really hard, and then dropping 40 grand, flying to Nepal and spending 2 months of your life climbing this mountain. And most people die on the descent. It's just a fact that accidents happen on the way down versus on the way up. And he always just said, Chad, when are you going to go climb Everest? Well, all your friends are doing it. You have to go do it. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way that he thought. And it was awesome to watch his dreams and my dreams kind of grow as we got a little bit better and more experienced and whatnot. And one of the greatest conversations that I remember having with Terry was while flying to Alaska. He always talked about going to Attu. Well, you don't actually fly to Attu anymore. You go to Nome, you go to Kodiak, you go to several different places in Alaska and find these birds. Well, there's a couple of times you have to go. One's May, and one is September, October. And May is the prime time to go climb Denali. So that's kind of where our dreams came together. And it was something that we always talked about. And I don't know if Mom has, despite her best wishes, best intentions, basically become a birder in and of herself. And some of the rest of us have as well. Not me. But, maybe someday we'll take that trip and I'll go climb that mountain. And we'll do some birding. But that was one of the ways that Terry fathered me, was to push my dreams a little bit further and a little bit higher. And I think that everyone kind of needs that. I was having a conversation with Alan the other day, Alan Arnett, my mountaineering mentor. And I told him the story, and he just laughed, and he said, that's the way it should be done. And Carnegh said something today that I thought was very appropriate. I don't remember exactly how he said it, but he said, with Terry, the unreal things happen. I forget how he phrased it, but that was essentially what happened with Terry. And I will always appreciate that about him. So if you've got a dream, push it a little further. See where you end up. Thanks for your time.
Bam. Nice.